Disturbing scene at a southern Indiana funeral home as dozens of families learn their late loved ones may have been laying unattended for months. Thanks for joining us. I'm Isaiah Kim Martinez. We were first made aware of an investigation into Langford Funeral Home in Jeffersonville last night. Police updating us on the severity just this afternoon, saying some bodies are highly decomposed. Connor Steffen joins us now with what we learned. Connor.
Yeah, absolutely, Isaiah. And then the one thing you can't forget in all of this is those 31 bodies, cremated remains of 16 people, are 47 loved ones. Their families say they're feeling all sorts of different emotions tonight. Of course, they're heartbroken. Some say they feel taken advantage of, and others simply can't help but want to blame themselves. Like Tara Owens, she sent the remains of her brother Mike to Langford Funeral Home back in April after he died. She chose to have him cremated, but 3 months later, and she says after countless attempts of reaching the funeral home's owner, she says she doesn't know where her brother is or what state his body's in.
I couldn't sleep last night not knowing what happened to his body. Is he still, has he been cremated? Is he not? What's going on? If I do get cremated remains, how do I know that they're him? And it's just really sad.
Though we are getting some answers tonight from Jeffersonville police, investigators say they worked through the night to recover the remains. They added that some of those 31 bodies found were in advanced stages of decomposition. Major Isaac Parker tells us the investigation into Langford stemmed from tips regarding an odor coming from the funeral home.
We arrived at the scene. Of course, our officers did smell a strong odor. It was consistent with decomposing bodies. If you walked inside the business itself, you would understand this is abnormal for any funeral home I've been to.
Parker stressed this investigation is still in its early stages and there's a lot still unclear at this time. He said the owner of the funeral home has been cooperative, speaking with police since yesterday, though he couldn't disclose at this time any of those conversations. Owens, however, did say the owner mentioned to her he was, quote, dealing with a lot at the moment, end quote, when she reached out about her brother's remains. No charges have been filed either at this time. Parker says he could not comment on what or when they could be. Parker said the bodies and cremated remains are now in the possessions of the Clark County Coroner's Office. Jeffersonville police will be working alongside them to try and identify the remains to then contact relatives. In the meantime, he's asking those who've entrusted the care of a loved one with Langford Funeral Home to call the Clark County Coroner at 812-285-6535. Isaiah?